Okay, I'm going to start with the comment I got on my last video from Jonathan. If you're bored of TV, you can watch videos. My Frugal News, John X Army, Never Lose Truth. She has her September. If Never Lose Truth, that older broad Carol, she's been these. I can't believe the scams these fucking people fall for on these, YouTube whatever channels. And but she's been hustling people for years. Lisa Haven's a fake Christian. Richie from Boston, his MO's been the same for years. And the Christian flock, if you pretend to be Christian or you think you are, they're so easily misled. Because Richie for years has done the same thing. Oh, help me. I don't know how to be a good Christian. I know I'm not a good Christian. I don't know how to use the name of Jesus, and I don't know how to pray right. His main people that Richie, they're ripping people off, and people are, in general, for video watchers, are okay with it. Well, people are that stupid. No, that's not right. That's him and Marfugel ripping off women and the elderly, playing their stupid little games. And I can't watch Marfugel, John X Army. I don't know where the hell he went, but Carol from Never Lose Truth, Lisa Hay, Israeli New. Most of these people, their videos are too long. I can't watch an hour and two of that shit anymore. I just can't do it. High Impact Flicks, I did check him out. He usually doesn't do long things since he got off D Live a couple of years ago. That Israeli News Live dude, he pretends he's a Jew or what, I don't know what the fuck, but a couple years ago, him and Marfugel hooked up when he was leaving Florida, and some meteor shower, they were ganging up, fear porn, and some meteor shower was going to destroy parts of the East Coast, so he had to flee this way towards Colorado, or where the hell he went. I mean, these people, it's the same shit over. Oh, by the way, on my bed here, I've been actually sleeping on my air mattress. I have, you know what? Since I've been in this motel room, I have yet to go into the covers. The reason I never did when I first got here, because I knew it'd be too hot, and this bed's just too firm. So I'm not complaining. I'm still using my air mattress there, but anyway, let's move on here. Let me pause. Okay, we have this channel here that my mom is fond of. She keeps sending me from. It's called Redacted. The U.S. Army just did the unthinkable, blah, blah, blah. 2.1 million subscribers. Or excuse me, 2.19 million. So, they're raking in the cash. I used to leave comments on his videos about this with the link. Farmer Fox and Francois accused of running Ponzi scheme, flees U.S. for Portugal. That's him. This was back in 2019. And that's him, Clayton Morris, a former co-host on Fox and Friends, has moved to coastal town of Portugal, leaving behind dozens of lawsuits accusing him of fraud. Matter of fact, in one of the articles, it says, well, if people really think I ripped them off, they can serve me in Portugal. That's fucking easy to do. But people, they read headlines, they report their shit, and people eat it up and suck it up like all these experts that have been around for fucking years on Israel, the Palestine, Gaza, whatever thing, and and that wouldn't be happening anyway if it wasn't the fucking for the bullshit of the religion, based around Israel. My screenshots aren't in order. TDA Denver spends $31 million plus on immigrants, $12 million on personnel. Of course, whenever they get any program done, city, state, federal, whatever, your big money that's always sucked up is, having offices and people with their benefits and their salaries and their vehicles and their phones and everything else. Blah, blah, blah. Here's a picture of a dude I took out front, and he's riding his bike without a tire, just the rim. It made a bit of noise, too. He was trucking along pretty good, though. I've still got to get to some of that Richie stuff, but this came out, when was this again? Oh, where's the damn date on this? Hold on. Yeah. Up 2021 down there. But this was when Marfugel and not a bunch, but quite a few other channels were carrying this. Supposedly, this Russian carrier group came within 35 miles of Hawaii. Oh, let me pause here. Of course, the media was doing this shit. This was even on military channels. It was on the news. Around 20 warships, submarines, support vessels, jets, all that good shit were 35 miles off the coast of Hawaii, and nobody saw it whatsoever. Not one civilian saw it. Paraglider, some dude out in his sailboat, somebody out fishing, jets taking off from the islands, private aircraft, sightseers. Nobody saw any of this as going on, and people just ate it up like it happened, and it did not. And of course, we got this going on, which Richie from Boston is pushing. The FBI, if you paid attention, if you're watching news, CNN, Fox, and MSNBC showing all that shit. The FBI's warning of terror attacks coming, from Yemen and Iran. They're going to do some sort of terrorist attack here. Excuse me. There's going to be a false flag, according to Richie from Boston, so we can get into war with Iran. That's not going to happen. This is just the usual hype, the usual bullshit. They're not going to do another big war again like they did with Afghanistan and Iraq and all that shit. That's not going to happen again. It's just fair porn. It's for the military industrial complex and mainly for distraction right now. Huge pet peeve I haven't mentioned in some time, it should be everybody's. 6,000 people died in the U.S. in 2021 while on the transplant waiting list. Okay, supposedly every donor can save 8 lives and enhance over 75 more. And the reason I address that is because we have seen over the years from all these alt media people that the New World Order is out there to get your organs, so do not be an organ donor on your card. Nothing but straight up fear porn bullshit and shit for these channels to throw on videos. The New World Order people are not out there for your organs. It's just bullshit. And all of these channels and websites that have put out over the years, do not be an organ donor, are directly, and I do mean directly, responsible for thousands of deaths every year because of people that are afraid to be an organ donor on their driver's license or their ID card. You are directly responsible for thousands of deaths every year. Yes, you are. Fact, not fiction. Let me pause here. We'll move on. Okay, when last I addressed Richie, this was a video I had seen posted on November 7th. Pause here. I did that backwards, but from when I addressed this video here, he posted on October 14th to that one on November 7th. He went from Colorado to now he's in Florida. And by his own admittance in the video, he's paying $180 a night at a Marriott. That's how easy the Christian flock is to fleece. Just pretend you're a Christian in distress and they come and kiss your ass. Oh, Richie, I'll save you. And again, it's like Mark Vogel. God dang it. What's his face? That older dude from... let me pause here while I'm brain farting. Oh, the Crow House. I can't remember that dude's name, but the Crow House, he's the one I said, left Australia because he swore that they were going to arrest him or kill him after a false flag and use him as an excuse to completely lock down and declare martial law in Australia. And people just ate that shit up. So he's I need to check him out. I'm sure he's still thriving and surviving big time off of the QR codes he preached against in somewhere in Hawaii. Oh, here's Richie's latest video. I watched a few seconds, but I remember this dude, Manyfish. He pretends to know Bible cold and doesn't know a fucking thing what he's talking about. But Richie likes to throw up Christian shit like this because it keeps the Christian flock interested in buying, Richie likes gold through Richie Likes Gold and his other dumb shit I'm sure he's selling, all this survivalist crap that we're not going to need until, eventually those... they're covering for and hiding very good, the food shortages in this country, because of the control and the military has around other countries and grabbing shit. And, but sooner or later, not going to be able to fake it, since the geoengineering's killing everything so bad. But let me pause here. My mom's also been suddenly interested in this dude down here, Steve Ram, like he knows what the fuck he's talking about because he reads mainstream news articles and goes by them. Cities on the list, attacks to U.S. now not blah. Attacks to U.S. FBI now confirms. And if you watch his videos, I only watched one my mom sent me, but he does this clink on my join channel. I don't know how much it costs to join, but you know how these people do. Join for more information. Get on my Patreon. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, then we got this. Pentagon polls Defense Department support for congressional travel to Israel, restricts official visits. And they say it's because it would create an undue burden on our service members to protect these people. That's not why. The reason they did this is because they want to cover for all their own people not to have to go to prostrate themselves either for or against Israel, for or against Gaza. You see what I'm saying? Well, let's put a thing out there that Defense Department says Congress people can't travel to Israel. You know, obviously, like I just said, for or against. That way, they don't have to go and have to do jack shit. Our service members wouldn't be there protecting them except for the airport anyway. But pause here. Oh, here's that video. War with Iran will be sparked by Hamas attacking the U.S. So Richie's falling for and propagating the fear porn shit that we're going to have false flag attacks. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video. The only thing that surprised me is that since this got going, we haven't had, and I do mean a legitimate nut job shooter, prejudice, hatred, whatever asshole, either for, pro, or against Israel, Palestine out there doing the shooting. So I'm sure we'll get one of them sooner or later. But dipshit here doing his usual fear porn. This is his $180 a night Marriott motel room because I can't get internet service. Bullshit. And of course, there's what Richie's about. I know Richie likes gold. Yeah, I'm sure he does. Okay, in that video, I should have got a full picture of her. Richie recommended this video, so I Googled it by name. They will shut down the internet, and this is why, by Survival Lily. She's got quite a few subscribers, too, so she's raking in the bucks. Below that, I went ahead and watched that one, too. That was just bullshit about EMP, CME, whatever. But up here, she's fear porn. And let me see if I took a screenshot. Let me pause here. Oh, yes, I did. I only watched that one video from her, but she's doing like I do, recording from phone to phone, at least in this one. They will shut down the internet. This is why some Carl Schwab COVID type related video and how they're talking about the COVID, virus for the internet thing and how they would look, people, they will never shut down the internet. They might do it piecemeal, very short term, like less than a day because, hang on, let me pause here. Before I flip my phone around, she also showed this pandemic simulation exercise spotlights massive preparedness gap from Event 201. That's 2019. I'm going to say this again. They will never do anything major to shut down the internet long term. I mean, more than a day or even half a day or whatever, like they've done with YouTube and Twitter and all this. We don't even know. All these channels have been put out all the years when these kind of stuff has happened, that it was done on purpose for whatever reason. We do not know. But anyway, they will not do anything long term with shutting down the internet, the power. You can't do a fake CME because the people that have brains would know better whether it's a CME, the power is just off. But anyway, they will not do anything power related, so-called CME related, so-called EMP related long term, as in even a whole day, because of the fact that they do not want mass chaos, especially in this country. The New World Order is about, the money, the power, and the control. And they cannot have the money without the power and the control over us. That's why they will not ever shut everything down and create mass chaos, especially in this country, the U.S., because they will lose control of us. And they do not want that, because if people start rioting and looting because shit's not working, then they lose all their wonderful toys, their cameras. I mean, they would still have their drones, after their fake or real EMP, and blah, blah, blah. It's not going to happen, so you don't even have to worry about that dumb shit. But let me pause here. We'll move on.